Patek Philippe is the grand luxury king when it comes to the watch industry, with the most expensive and luxurious timepieces on the market. The watches are meticulously crafted with the most precious materials that make sure to justify their hefty prices. Look out as we present to you the top 8 most expensive Patek Philippe watches of all time. Some of the prices of these are absolutely outrageous, so make sure to stick around to the end. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Number 8. The Calatravone. The Calatravone is notorious for being the highest-selling watch that has ever been made by the Patek Philippe brand. The Calatravone was originally manufactured around a century ago, dating back to the World War era in 1942. The appeal of the watch lies in the fact that it's known to be one of the rarer versions that Patek Philippe has made, and it also comes down to the meticulously handcrafted 37mm case of the watch. The Ref 570 was referred to as the Calatravone, which comes from the Italian word Calatrava. The watch was quite famous due to the fact that it came in a very large case, which wasn't the tradition back in those days. It was a timeless piece. No pun intended. In the past, it was sought after for its flat bezel. However, it also has a modern look that appeals to many watch collectors even to this day. One of the many reasons the watch is in high demand from many collectors is that it's one of the 2 steel Ref 570 models that have been built with a 2-tone dial, which also features Breguet numerals and a railway track to appear at the auction. The watch is in excellent condition despite being as much as almost a century old. According to the archives, the dial of the watch has remained in tip-top shape. It's not been tinkered with over the years, and as mentioned previously, the case is well preserved. The Ref 570 was auctioned by Patek Philippe for 3.3 million Swiss francs at the 2021 Geneva watch auction, which shocked many of the buyers at the location. The auction price broke the world record for the price of this reference model. Number 7. The J.B Champion. The J.B Champion is one of the more intriguing men's watches that comes with a premium leather wrist strap and a simple yet complex design for its time. This man's watch is pretty old, as its release and manufacture date back to 1952. The historic watch with the reference 2458 model is one of the larger Patek models to be manufactured in its time and measures around 36mm, which is pretty big for a timepiece of its era back in the 1950s. The platinum version of the J.B Champion was originally produced commercially in yellow gold, or again rarely with the colour pink gold in mind. This watch is the only Patek Philippe watch that has been known to be manufactured with a platinum case. The dial of the Ref 2458 can be seen to display a small second hand at 9 o'clock, and it consists of the prestigious words Geneva Observatory Bulletin number 861121 at the 3 o'clock position. The watch also consists of beady minute divisions that have been decorated around the periphery of the watch, ever so meticulously. The actual story of the watch comes to light when you focus your vision down to the text at 6 o'clock, which reads, "Made especially for J.B Champion." This is a tribute and a homage to the lawyer J.B, short for John Ben Champion, who was an avid Patek fan and collector of other timepieces, like Vacheron Constantin as well. Despite being a prestigious Patek fan, he was convicted on charges of fraud against him a few years before his death, but nevertheless, he still remains to be known as one of the most privileged clients of Patek Philippe during the post-war era. It should also be known that he was the first person to receive the very first self-winding Patek Philippe wristwatch back in 1953. The watch also came with an additional diamond set dial and is equipped with a platinum bracelet, which was made by J.B Champion. The watch was sold back in 2012 at Christie's for around 3.78 million Swiss francs. Number 6. Asprey Ref 2499. This is a gorgeous watch that consists of a beautiful yellow gold casing that makes sure to also integrate a chronograph. It comes equipped with a perpetual calendar and a small dial that also tells you the day and night cycle. The Ref 2499 is known to be highly coveted by many wealthy people and avid watch collectors. This classic watch dates back to the post-war era, back in 1952. The watch was discovered to be the first part of the lineup of its particular series. Asprey Ref 2499 has more value, and it's much more special than the regular versions of the watch, as it has a dial that has been signed by the London retailer Asprey. The silver dial of the watch makes sure to display the time mentioned in gold numerals that have been positioned properly. This Patek Philippe piece also comes with additional functionality, such as a tachymeter scale, in addition to small seconds, while the subdials of the watch are blacked out. This watch has many features, and another one of the features it has up its sleeve is the snap-on case back, which not only makes sure to feature the hallmarks of both Asprey and Philippe, but also reads out the words RC 25th of May 1956. These markings refer back to the first owner of the watch's initials, and it also makes a reference to when the watch was purchased. The rare 2499 was auctioned on November the 13th in 2018 by Sotheby's Geneva for around 3.915 million Swiss francs. Number 5. Ref 1526. Up next on the list is the most expensive Patek Philippe watch that was ever auctioned. Ref 1526 features what many consider to be an incredibly rare 24mm circular steel case. Much like other Patek Philippe pieces, this watch dates back to the end of the World War back in 1949. An interesting fact about this timepiece is that it was once the property of Brift Swiggs Cunningham II, who was an American entrepreneur, in addition to being an avid automobile fan and yacht racer. One of the most impressive features of the watch at the time was the Cal 12 120's amagnetic compensation balance. The watch also consisted of a perpetual calendar and moon phase. When it comes down to the design language of the watch, it showcases a silvered out matte dial, which consists of black and white gold numerals that match the fire hands. The watch also makes sure to have a dial that displays 2 windows for the day and month. Furthermore, the watch also has a small secondary dial that also indicates the date, small seconds, and also mentions the moon phase. This complicated timepiece was auctioned off on the 12th of May 2008 for the steep price of 4.14 million Swiss francs at Christie's. Number 4. Ref 1527. This watch dates all the way back to 1943. The watch not only integrates a perpetual calendar into its system, but it also consists of a moon phase and comes with a built-in chronograph as well. What's so special about this watch is that it's the only one of its kind existing in the world as of now. The Ref 1527 is constructed in 37.6mm 18 carats yellow gold tonneau-shaped casing. It also consists of a silvered out matte dial that indicates the time with applied gold Arabic numerals and an outer railway 5-minute divisions. The chronograph function of the watch also features a tachymeter scale, 3 subsidiary dials for constant seconds, and a 30-minute register. The date of the watch lies near the moon phase indicator at the position of 6 o'clock. The case of the watch, the dial, and the movement have all been signed by Patek Philippe. This is a one-of-a-kind watch that was sold in the auctions at Christie's for a staggering 6.26 million Swiss francs. Number 3. Nautilus Ref 5711-1A018. Although this timepiece is not as flashy compared with the other contenders on our list, the Nautilus is a truly iconic watch, and this specific model was created for Tiffany & Co. to celebrate the 170th anniversary of their partnership. The watch boasts an elegant and sleek design, but what sets it apart is the Tiffany blue dial. If you pay close attention to the detail, you'll be able to appreciate the subtle alternation between the satinated and polished manual finishing, a true testament of top-notch craftsmanship. The distinct blue dial features the ever-so-classy Tiffany & Co. and Patek Philippe signatures. Interestingly, their business arrangement dates back to 1851, when Tiffany became the Swiss company's first authorized US dealer. Inside, the watch shows off a self-winding mechanical movement. As for the watch's hour hands and markers, they're coated with 18-karat white gold, giving that unmistakable Patek Philippe glow. The strap is made out of steel and features a fold-over clasp, giving a graceful touch. The case for such a fine watch is equally as impressive. You'll find it parading a sapphire crystal case back with a screw-down crown. The first watch of the 170 pieces made was sold back in December of 2021 for a whopping $6.5 million and was rumored to have been bought by Jay-Z. Number 2. Ref 1415 Heures Universelles. This watch comes in platinum enclosed in a 31mm watch casing. The Heures Universelles from 1946 indicates no less than 41 cities, countries and regions of the world. The world time system was first invented and introduced in 1931 by Louis Courtier before it was swiftly adopted by many of the big dogs in the watchmaking industry, which consisted of many famous names such as Patek, Rolex and Vacheron Constantin. The HU comes in a 3-part casing and consists of polished and brushed finishings, as well as a hand-engraved revolving reeded bezel that bears the names of the cities. The concentric dial of the watch, which revolves, is matte silver. The watch indicates the time with white gold applied Arabic numerals. The dial makes sure to display 24 hours for the nocturnal and diurnal daytime hours. It's powered by MCAL-12-400 HU, which is rhodium plated and is decorated with what seems to be around 18 jewels. Faceted teardrop lugs are firmly adherent to the black leather strap. The watch was sold back in 2002 at the Hotel Richemont, Geneva for around 6.6 million Swiss francs. Number 1. GrandMaster Chime Ref 6300A010. The GrandMaster Chime takes first place as the most expensive watch of all time. This piece is one of a kind, with a price tag of $31 million. The watch's exquisite features truly justify the price tag. For one, it's a moment's wonder with over 20 built-in complications working in perfect unison. The watch boasts 5 acoustic functions, out of which 2 are patented global premieres. There's also an alarm feature ringing at a time set by the user, and a date repeaters function, which does exactly what you would expect it does. Additional features include a second time zone with a day and night indicator, a 4-digit year display, a crown position indicator, and 24 hours and minute sundial. The leap year cycle displayed by hands is equally as impressive. The watch effortlessly switches between 2 dials with the help of a patent reserving mechanism. All in all, GrandMaster Chime is truly a work of flawless craftsmanship and mechanics. Wow, which watch caught your eye the most? Are you going to start saving up for it? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our future videos. Goodbye, Lux Cats. Until next time.